Yo.
Yo. Ooh, you just put a dirty sock to your nose?
Ew.
Ew,
Oh, yo.
gross.
I have to take my L, bro. I have to. We back here with another episode of Radical Souls Podcast. It is January 26th. I'm Daniel. I got some dirty ass socks on my hands that I've been wearing for the day.
Oof, I'm Chris. I'm the cause of them dirty socks on his hands.
I'm Ethan. I'm just here to negotiate the deals. I'm just a negotiator here.
Finalize everything.
Finalize everything, you know.
Nice.
Yo, so guys, we back with another episode of Radical Souls Podcast. Let's get into this. We have to talk about, the day it is. It's January 26th. It has been a year that Kobe Bryant has passed. R.I.P. Kobe. So in honor of him, we're going to be talking about some of our favorite Kobe moments and just, him as a player on and off the court and give some intake, it's only right. Talk a little bit about some MLB things that have been going down. There's been a lot of rumors. There's been some trades. There's been wishfulness, hopefulness, whatever you want to label it as from us Yankee and Mets fans. So let's see what happens. Definitely got to get into the NBA talk. The Knicks are playing the Utah Jazz tonight. Ethan, how the Thunder looking? You're going to give us your take. We're going to be talking about the games coming up and the standings. We're going to pull those up real quick. And we got to get into this, guys. Why I ended up wearing these damn socks, and we're going to be able to break everything down, And we're not going to be doing no Super Bowl talk too much because, it's in 2 weeks. We want to just talk about the championship game. Obviously, we're going to talk about the overall picture of the Super Bowl, but we're not going to deep dive into it. But let's get it.
Let's get it.
Sounds good. So where do you want to start?
We'll start with the man, Kobe.
Okay. It's been a year. I know how. Damn. Can y'all guys believe that it's been a year already?
With the year we've had, it's kind of hard to believe it's been a year because we can't really, even come to fathom what's going on with that. Because I was telling you guys earlier, the Lakers won the chip. Everybody knew if Kobe was alive, he would have been there, repping that chip, celebrating that chip. But COVID didn't really set it in because COVID kind of doesn't have anybody there. So you can't really think to yourself that Kobe's gone. You're thinking to yourself, oh, it's COVID, no one's there. But you really sit there and say, nah, wait, Kobe's gone. So that's why he's not really there.
Yeah. No, definitely, man. I don't know how you guys feel. This is just how I felt. We talked about a little bit before this, the day that it did, happen. You looked at your phone and the first, like you said, the first notification you got was TMZ, and you're like, TMZ, all right, whatever. There's some bullshit the TMZ's putting up, and unfortunately, it was correct. And I felt like it was so hard to settle in that weeks later, I still felt like it was bullshit. It was just gonna pop up and be like, nah, I don't know. You just don't know. I don't know. It felt like bullshit. But how you guys feel about it?
Either, what was your initial thoughts?
I agree with you, Chris. It felt so unreal. I think I was taking a nap, and I think I woke up 30 minutes after the news, and I couldn't believe it. I had to look at it. I had to go to every source, everybody that was putting it up just to confirm that it actually happened. Because I was in disbelief for even a year. I'm still in disbelief. I still feel like he's roaming around somewhere. And the fact that the daughter that was supposed to take his legacy too, it's still surreal to me.
Yeah,
that's a fact, bro.
That is, and I feel like so many people overlook his daughter. Not to say overlook, because obviously I don't think anybody overlooks her death in any way. But I feel like it's you just don't know what it's a young person, you just don't know, and man, that has to be the most saddest thing, because I feel like at the end of the day it's Kobe Bryant, but he lived his life. He was already 40 something, 50 something. His daughter wasn't. His daughter was what, 12, 13?
Yeah, she was young.
That's I couldn't even imagine. I don't know. I don't know. Vanessa Bryant has got to go through so much stuff right now through her head. I don't know how that lady even gets on social media. I don't know how I don't know. Props to her.
Word. Wild respect to her. But, let's do this right, Let's remember Kobe the way that, we should. And Ethan, you brought up this topic. You want to break it down real quick?
Yes, sir. This is the best Kobe moments that you guys think that when you think of Kobe, this is what you think of, in your opinion.
So who
Yeah.
wants to start off? Ethan, would you like to start since you're the one that brought up the idea?
But going through all the Kobe moments, I mean, from since he started the league and now, and make sure you fix his sock. I think the Celtics Lakers 2010 finals had to be one of my favorite moments. Down 3-2. You're going against KG, Paul Pierce, Rondo, Ray Allen. Like, that was one of the most stacked teams we talked about before. And he comes back, him and Paul Gasol come back, 3-2 lead, take the chip. Like, that's probably one of my favorite Kobe moments he had in sports, in my opinion. And
Yeah.
of course, I know Chris will talk more about it, but outside of sports, he's done so much, even out overseas to China, and he does it everywhere. Like, he's so phenomenal as a human being that he's gonna be truly missed for that.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I
Oh,
mean, I don't know if you got anything else or that was it. Not
No,
to, yeah. Well, like just to kind of bounce off of you, like that's kind of my favorite moment about Kobe is kind of like the aftermath of, him retiring. Um, I mean, it's just looking at it as a businessman and just as a person. I mean, he ended up winning an Emmy. He ended up, I think he opened a venture capital firm, which is, they do investments into, God knows what. And it was cool because you don't see a lot of retired basketball players go into business after. They usually waste all their money or whatever the case may be. And you saw him put his money, where his mouth was, and really invest into stuff that mattered to him. And I want to say that firm now, even after his death, is worth over $100 million. And it's just him and another guy that just opened the firm up. And it's good to see that, that as a not only as a man of color, but like you can take that avenue of basketball and, quadruple, triple the money, whatever you want to do after. It just doesn't have to be basketball and that's it. Like it was really good to see, his abilities expand outside of the court. So that's my favorite Kobe moment.
this kind of links to both of y'all because I love the movie Dear Basketball that he did, that little film that's how he got the Emmy, and that like kind of touched with me a bit because like we all played sports, like that love for the sport is just different. I mean, he loved the sport in a way that no one will ever love the sport, or he's inspired so many to love the sport the same way he did. But like with that, it was kind of cool seeing my favorite basketball player ever, Melo, going up against Kobe, like two of the top like 5 scorers of all time, arguably. Like they just score from every level, any way. Like you could say you're gonna stop them, and like you can't. They're dropping 30 any given night. And it's actually funny. I was watching an interview today with Amon Shumpert. He was talking about that game that they had with them when Insanity popped off, and like he was even saying like, "Yo, like this dude was doing things I've never seen on film on Kobe." Like, it was cool. Like just watching Kobe. Even like his last game, they showed it. I think it was Sunday or Monday. They were showing it on ESPN, and they replayed his last game against Utah that he ever played. And just watching him go off the way he did in his last game, I was like, yo, Kobe's really that dude. Like, he really just did this in his last game, going off for 60, like, no problem. Like, so I felt like that was the perfect way for him to end his career. And, his legacy going to continue. I mean, you guys see it in the back, the Grinch Kobe's, all these sneakers are coming back out. And, hopefully he can inspire and continue to inspire. And, we'll all keep pushing his memory.
Yeah,
I hope
thanks.
So, speaking of basketball, let's get into this. The Knicks are playing the Utah Jazz tonight. They've had a little rough series. They lost to the Sacramento Kings on Friday, lost to the Trailblazers on Sunday in a close one, and they beat the Warriors on Monday last week. So, it's not the worst, but I mean, I'll pull this up for y'all real quick. We got the share screen up. 8th place, Chris. How you feeling about 8th place right now?
As long as we're, what I'm saying? As long as we're in the hunt, I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy with mediocre, like I said before. You know what I'm saying? As a Knicks fan, can you ask for anything more than mediocre?
We don't have that much talent right now. I mean, what
Exactly. I mean, well, I did. Did you see Obi Toppin's dunk off the back of the backboard? I feel
Yo,
like that. I
filthy.
feel like that's low key. Like, you know what I'm saying? You might have to put him in the dunk contest after that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you
He's
might have
in
to.
for debate.
So,
And we're gonna be playing Utah, one of the hottest teams in the league right now. 12-4 right now. They started off
yeah,
very slow, and they just have been on fire lately.
bro. It's crazy how the West is just so much more competitive than the East, dog. I was watching the Nuggets and Mavs last night, and I'm like, wow. Like, you look at the Mavs, and they're out of playoff like contention, and they're like neck and neck with the Nuggets that are in fourth right now. Like the way they were playing and stuff, and I was like, I don't know. Like the West is just a whole different beast. Like look at Houston down there. Like you could Houston, OKC, Mavs, San Antonio. Those are all teams that could do really good in the East. So that's crazy.
I mean, Ethan, he just mentioned it, the competition in the West, and he mentioned the Thunder. How you feeling about the Thunder so far, bro? Like you guys are 7-9. How you guys looking? How you guys been looking? What's good?
Again, we're doing a lot better than what we thought we were gonna do. Because I was hoping for a take season. I was hoping for 0-72. Yesterday we beat Portland, which I'm happy because Dame kept disrespecting us with those shoes. I don't know if you guys saw that
Yeah,
50-point game inside the Soul. So
Yeah.
he made a
disrespectful.
whole Dame Lillard shoe in OKC colorway with this stat line from that game that he hit that crazy three over Paul George.
Wow.
So disrespectful. But we took the dub yesterday, just to throw that out there. Um, but I love how Shaw's looking. He's a superstar. I'm happy that he's showing he can be a superstar. And I just hope for the best. I mean, draft picks going on for days, so that's all we're looking forward to.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all you can
And
look
I
for.
mean, when you got that many draft picks, I don't think I don't think it really matters how bad y'all get. As long as y'all, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, y'all will get some players.
So Ethan,
Exactly.
now that Chris says that, let me ask you this: trade rumors have been starting to, spark up a little bit more. Lonzo Ball's a name getting tossed around a lot. How do you feel about you guys having so many picks? Would you be upset if they traded those picks for Alonzo Ball?
I would kind of be upset because he's gonna be out the off season next week. I mean next year. So I really don't understand why we would trade for him if we could just sign him. The people that would sign him is the Warriors for Oubre, which makes sense because they'll both be free agent next season. But
Yeah.
I don't know, trading a pick for Lonzo. I'm not high on him in my
I
opinion.
mean, Lonzo Ball, I think this year shooting under 30% from three, or he's like very close to it. Like he has
Not playing
been
well.
disappointing, yo. Like I know the Knicks are another team that's been in that discussion of Lonzo Ball a lot, and I'm kind of like, yo, why? Like, why is this even being discussed? And I get
Exactly.
it. Oh, we need a point guard, but look at Quickly. Like Quickly, no one was expecting Quickly to look the way he's been looking
What
at
was it,
all.
31 points last night
31
or
points on Sunday against
on
Portland.
Sunday?
So yeah, look at Lonzo's stats, bro. Like he averaging 12 a game. He's shooting 29.1 for the year from three. Like he's averaging 3 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal. Like I don't understand why any team honestly would give up the pick knowing that he's gonna be a restricted free agent.
Yeah, I would just wait it out. My personal opinion.
Chris, how you
Yeah.
feel? 'Cause I know you were kind of big on Lonzo Ball a few years ago, coming out of
I was
UCLA.
I was big on him. I was big hating him. I didn't like him. I don't even like the other brother.
Nah, I know. I know we're
But
talking
okay,
about
now that I bring up the other brother, who's the better ball?
as of right now, it's looking like a LaMelo, bro. Like Lonzo, Lonzo.
Pull up Lamelo's.
Got you right now.
The thing is, Lamelo don't even start yet. Like, imagine if he starts on his own team.
Which is kind of crazy. I mean, number one pick on
So
a
LaMelo's averaging 11.3. He's averaging 31% from three, 40 from the field, 5.9 assists, and he's playing what
Only
20,
25
24,
minutes.
25
25.
minutes?
Yeah,
He's doing the same numbers as Lonzo with 30 minutes. Like,
yeah.
Crazy. I'll definitely, if I had the option, I'll
And
go
then
LaMelo.
and then also not to contend that none of them niggas play defense. So
And Lonzo, he could play D, but I feel like he's just shaky, bro. Like you either getting like a 3-steal game from him, or like he's gonna dog. There's no in between. Like he can't get you 1 steal, 2. Like nah, it's either a bunch of steals and a bunch of blocks, or he's getting dogged.
Facts.
Another name, Chris. I want to ask you about this because me and you being Knicks fans. D Rose, how you feel about D Rose making a comeback to the Knicks? For what?
I hope they ain't serious. And if they get him, I hope they don't. I don't know. Give up like I don't know. He better come with some other pieces if he giving up picks. Better not just be Derrick Rose. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
But like my thing is, you're giving up.
What are you gonna give up? They gotta give up picks. You gotta give up picks.
I'm being like,
and it's not even that. Like you're gonna give up picks, or you're gonna give up young talent. So you tell me. What's worse? I feel like I don't know. Like unless you're giving up what do you and then like you said for what? Like what why?
He's gonna be scoring a little bit more than Elfrid Payton and probably play the same, if not less, defense than Elfrid Payton. So
and yeah, it's not. And it's not like you
brought back Taj Gibson. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
exactly.
And like, it's not like to say like you're not gonna sell seats. There ain't no seats to be sold. That name doesn't really matter. I mean, I don't know. And Taj Gibson too. That was another one. Why they had it for? What the fuck they had to bring him? I'm sorry for cursing, but what they had to bring him back for?
It was a dark time. Nerlens Noel was hurt. Joe Robinson was limping around, looking like his leg was about to fall off. Which, talking about legs, we got to talk about Cole Beasley later, but that's later. Like that's the only reason they brought Taj Gibson. He's just there taking up a bench spot right now, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't know. You bring back Joakim Noah, bring back Kyle Korver out of retirement, get the old Bulls back.
Oh,
yeah.
Luol Deng.
I need you to stop disrespecting us, all right? Because last time I checked, y'all gonna trade Shai Gilgeous-Alexander the same way I traded Victor Oladipo, Russell Westbrook, Paul George, Steven Adams. Y'all traded all your good talent. Shai Gilgeous is next.
How's Porzingis doing? I think he looks good in the Mavs uniform.
Yeah, well, they got almost the same record as the Knicks, so I don't want to hear that. This bum forced his way. I want to go through the playoffs. I want to be on a better team. Looking like Jamal Adams out here playing for fucking garbage. I want to trade. That's what that looked like.
Oh, man.
So funny game. So his leg is all busted up again in like 2 weeks. We know Porzingis can't stay healthy. It's not me wishing injury. It's just me speaking facts. This dude can't stay healthy for the life of him, like Kyrie.
Whoa! Don't bring the Brooklyn Nets up in here. They've been playing really well.
Bro, they beat the Heat without Jimmy Butler and Tyler Hero. They just beat the Heat the first time when Bam Adebayo went off for 41, and then they beat them by 13 yesterday. So I'm still not convinced by this team. This team has not shown me anything crazy. They lost to the Cavs twice. Like
it was a close game with the Lakers. I mean, I don't know. The Cavs maybe could be like that. You never know.
On that note,
what's next? What are we talking about next?
We'll talk a little bit about baseball. The Red Sox and Yankees finally made a trade for the first time in 7 years.
Yeah, thank God too.
We traded Ottavino to them.
Adam Ottavino, the guy that said he could strike out Babe Ruth. Do you remember that when that came out?
I remember seeing that. I was like, bro,
idiot! Like who?
I looked at the box scores. Like, all right, so you blew this game, you blew that game, this game. Okay, word.
Wow.
Word. You blew the game to the Astros. You blew the game to a few other the Rays, but it's whatever.
I wonder what they got from him. I honestly don't know what the fuck they got.
It was like 4 prospects who I saw no names there. I didn't see nothing crazy that they've been talking about the last few years. So
I promise you, audience, I'm working on my cursing.
It's just the sports gets us worked up. You feel me? Especially when you're a fan of a team, you're passionate about the team. It's your city.
They're taking the rest of his contract though. That's a good thing.
Good. Take it all.
Freed up $8 million.
I would have given them the contract. I would have paid for the contract to get him off the team. It would have been $8 million. I would have been like, y'all give you 15, take them, please.
Damn. Okay. I got a couple of names. Nobody I know. So. All right.
I mean, the Yankee farm system.
Did you guys see that Tanaka wants to stay in? Talking about the Yankees, he wants to stay. He wants to go play in Japan. Yeah,
I saw that. He said, "It's Japan. It's the Yankees or nothing, pretty much." And the Yankees are kind of like, Yo, we just signed that boy, Corey
Yo,
Kluber. So
exactly. Yo, and that rotation, there's gonna be a lot of fighting spots for rotation if they bring Tanaka back.
that's both teams in New York right now because the Mets are out here trying to sign Trevor Bauer. And, they already got Syndergaard, they got DeGrom, they got Stroman. They got some pieces from last year that were looking like starters. It's New York. New York pitching about to be strong. Yo, I hope it's a Mets and Yankees World Series this year. That would be so dope.
Yo, but with that being said, I hope they don't sign his ass. I'm sorry. I feel like he's always hurt. I feel like he can never pitch a solid game, and when he pitches a solid game,
it's still like a 4-run game at most.
Yeah, and then I feel like he pitches a solid game, and then like he can't pitch three games after that because his elbow is sore or his right twatus hurts. I don't know.
Nah, we don't need Tanaka, yo. We got Severino coming back from the Tommy John surgery. You got Domingo Herman who's coming off the domestic violence.
Off the beat in his wife's case.
Yeah, that is. Oh God. And then we also have that kid, Devi Garcia. So
yeah. So I think we'll be all right without Tanaka. But go finish his years in Japan.
Let him do whatever he needs to do in Japan. Thank you for your services. You'll be remembered in New York, but not really. And that's what it is. But guys, let's get into the big thing, yo. Chris, why am I wearing these socks on my hand, bro?
Oh no! Why don't you tell the people why you wear the socks on your hand?
Ethan, you want to say it? I don't want to say it.
I want to hear you. I want to hear it come out your mouth. Why are you wearing them socks on your hand?
Because the Tampa Bay Bucks beat the Packers.
Wow. What did you say on here last year, huh? Or, I mean, last episode.
I mean, if you want to get technical, I did say this is last year in 2020. I was like, the Bucks aren't going to make the Super Bowl. The Bucks aren't going to make the Super Bowl. They're going to choke. And the coaching of the Packers decided let's kick a field goal even though we're down by 8 and, make it a 5-point lead. With the MVP.
You gotta give them credit though. They had like 2.5 minutes left. Like, any defense that makes it to the NFC Championship, you gotta have some sort of faith in them.
But you know what gets me tight? The fact that like everybody's talking about that field goal, and I'm just like, yo, the field goal didn't even matter because y'all had like 6 chances before and after that field goal to take that game.
He threw 3 interceptions in the second half.
Tom Brady was looking trash. I was like, yo,
yes.
Let's go. Chris about to be wearing a trash bag and dirty socks.
Yo, but the point is, that's exactly what my point I was going to get to. It's all good and gravy that they got to the Super Bowl, but a lot of people giving Tom Brady, they're just overlooking the fact that he threw 3 picks in the second half and low-key almost shit the bed after being up, what was it, like 28-10 or whatever the hell it was?
28-10.
Yeah, they low-key almost shit the bed there. I mean, they didn't, but
I mean, like adding on to you, the scary thing is they could have slammed that door on the Packers. Like they just couldn't do it. Like they're kind of just like, nah, we're gonna leave it a little bit open. I'm scared of the dark. I'm not gonna slam this door. Like,
yeah, and like play like that won't last against the Chiefs. So they either got to be on it the whole way because they can't be giving up picks, man. 1 or 2 picks can cost you the game against the Chiefs. So.
I mean, what were you gonna say?
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, for me, the Bucks that really made them win was the defense. Like that defensive line against that O-line, they killed them. I think it was Sue or JPP off the edge. Oh my God, killed Rodgers on the side.
And they got Villa back too. Villa had been gone since the beginning of the season. And he's back, and he's like an also really, really big presence in the middle there, which, I mean, that just opens up the sides. So,
and what's crazy, too, is the fact that they were just converting on 3rd downs. The Packers could not stop the 3rd down conversion for the life of them. I was like, yo, really?
You can't stop a nosebleed.
No. Yo, hold on. Screw what I just said. Can we talk about the 8 seconds left in the second quarter? Who was the defensive coordinator? Greg Williams? What was that?
Yeah, that was bad. Dog.
Like, yo, play up until a certain point of the field where okay, this is a hard field goal. We're in Lambeau. Play up to that point and don't let them cross that path. Now, let's play one-on-one
on the edge, which
On
I
the
get
edge.
it, but I feel like I get it because it's Sammy Miller. I mean, it wasn't one-on-one on the edge with like Mike Evans.
But Chris,
Sammy,
those two defensive backs were getting torched all game. King and number 39, I forgot his last name. They were both getting torched the entire game by Tyler Johnson, which you said was going to be a big piece
yeah,
of that game. And he did have some really clutch moments.
yeah,
And, like, you should know, okay, they're getting burned. Let me put the safety over the top to be on the safe side.
yeah, nah. So that I feel like that really when I saw that play, I dead ass like jumped and screamed in my house like a little thought, but because I just didn't believe it. Like you think you're going into the half, whatever, they're winning, but you just put a little nail in the coffin. But that nail in the coffin got taken out in the second half when he threw 3 picks. So,
How
but
you guys feel about Aaron Rodgers? There's been a lot of rumors about him maybe not being too happy there, especially after he said, I got to look at my future. Then they asked him again now, apparently, and they're like, oh, well, he just wants an extension and, like all these other things. How you guys feel about the situation? You want to
thank
start?
you. Yeah, I don't know. E, go ahead, start, bro.
I personally feel like he should go to a different team. I mean, like you've been to the Packers your whole career. You've seen what Tom Brady just did with the Bucks. He's going to the Super Bowl. Do he switch teams? You drafted QB that after he just had an MVP season. I mean, I find that disrespectful at that point. Like you just don't care for my future. So I'll just go to a different team, get an MVP, and do what I do best. So I wouldn't take the extension.
And Chris, before you say anything, hold on. Let me just add on to Ethan's point. It's funny because we look at that team, we look at Aaron Jones, we look at Devontae Adams, and then it's just a bunch of like, if you get lucky players. And they could have used that Jordan Love pick to really draft somebody to help them out because they passed up on a lot of receiving talent that every team drafted this year. But
Exactly.
Chris, I'll let you make your point now.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the opposite. I feel like he stays there. I feel like he dies with Green Bay. I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't think he has that same type of I don't know, potential landing spot anywhere else other than like I don't know, maybe Pats. Pats could use him.
They got less talent though than the Packers.
That's what I'm saying. Or maybe the Saints if Breeze is really done. Uh, Colts maybe.
The
Rivers is
Vikings,
done.
if they decide that Kirk
Yeah.
Cousins ain't the answer there.
But like that's what I'm saying. Like you got, I feel like other things have to fall in place in order for him to really leave and be about leaving. But I don't know. I don't see. I don't see that he would dig into like a temporary fix to any of the stuff. Like I feel like but like you said, if they would have wasted that pick on to put a piece around him, he probably would have been a lot happier. But it is what it is. I feel like it's just reeling tactics. But we shall see.
You think he should definitely get an extent like a crazy contract after getting an MVP, or you think he should be smart about this and say, well, clearly they put it up to around me without the money, so maybe I should take less. What do you guys think?
I don't know. What did okay? Aaron Rodgers had an MVP season this year. What did he do the year before?
He definitely didn't look like the Aaron Rodgers everybody was expecting to see because I
And
had
the
the
year
fantasy. I'll
and
tell
the
you
year
that.
before that,
The year before that, he was probably like in the 5 to 10 range out of quarterbacks.
he was mediocre. He wasn't, a great quarterback. I mean, he was a good quarterback, but it was just mediocre play. And, all of a sudden this year he's MVP. So I don't know. I feel like it's some contract tactics. Who am I? But you know what I'm saying? That's my view on it. What about you, E?
I agree. Like it's to a point that they do want to sign him to extend him, but going to last year, they just did that run heavy offense. I mean, they brought in Aaron Jones. No one expected them to run. Green Bay's used to passing, so I feel like this year they put that both together and he just killed it.
Yeah.
But yeah, what numbers do you give him? Like he's an older player, so like I wouldn't know either.
I mean,
Yeah.
like I said before, like you said, they went to a different form of offense. Now, why don't you take, $10 million pay cut, $5 million pay cut, and try to get, a number two, somebody who can help out a little bit, somebody who, who's out there who can be put next to Devontae Adams and explode. Like instead of relying on St. Brown, who they found 2-3 weeks ago. Valdez Scantling, who he's good, but he ain't I ain't gonna be scared of him because I'm I just gotta pray the guy doesn't make no spectacular catches. Lazard, cool, but he's not.
Yeah, I mean Lazard is still young though, but imagine if they get guys coming up on free agency, just throwing names out there like a Godwin or like a Kenny Galloway. Those guys that could really be a good number 2.
Oh, even a
Devontae.
Brashad Perriman, who's with the booty ass Jets, was doing something.
Yeah.
Who could run downfield and burst by somebody. That'll open up the field for Devontae Adams. You got somebody you got to worry about running down the sideline.
Or even a dumbass like Will Fuller. I mean, I don't know. Just anything to go with that offense. Because like you said, those guys ain't doing it, dog. And I don't know. How do you guys feel about their tight end? I don't even know what Jit's name
Tunyon.
is. Tunyon, yeah.
He all right, but I feel like it's more of a product of the scheme and, Devontae Adams being on that field too. You put him on any other team, he's going to be just any regular schmegular tight end. Travis Kelce.
Yeah. So it's very true. You got to put pieces around them.
So 7 minutes, 30 seconds. Let's get into Bills Chiefs. Cole Beasley's he's that dude, yo. That dude's a nut. I want to know what drugs he was on to be playing on a broken fibula. Yo, this dude was playing on a broken leg.
3 games. That's crazy. Could you imagine even walking with a broken fibula?
I sprained my ankle, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not walking today, guys. Y'all going to have to leave me in my room.
Nope.
No. Them drugs are serious, though. He probably ain't feel a thing.
Yeah, they probably used a trank, or a rhino trank or something like.
God. Bruh, that is crazy, though, man. But, man, can we talk about what a disappointment the Bills were?
I try to tell y'all didn't want to listen to me. Thank God we didn't do a bet because you would have been wearing some socks on your hands the same way I'm wearing socks on my hand.
I really thought the Bills were going to come out, but nah.
I told you, that offense is crazy. And the defense just has to be subpar or at least mediocre to do some damage.
Yeah. Chris Jones finally showed up, so, yeah.
They're getting clicking at the right time. And now you got 2 weeks to get everybody healthy. They might be able to get Willie Gay back. That linebacker that they have was a rookie that's really nice. You got the Honey Badger at safety.
That's your team, bro. It's all right.
Bro. Oh, my God. That is not my team.
That is your team.
That's on my team. I could move to, Cali, and if the Jets win a Super Bowl, I'm flying back to New York to go to the parade. Wow.
Yeah.
So I guess it's a championship of the bandwagons. I guess because I could have sworn you was a big Giants fan all that time.
I am a Giants fan. Okay, all right. I can't like 2 teams, bro.
Absolutely.
I like the Buccaneers when they sucked. I mean, you know what I'm saying, bro. I like the Buccaneers when they sucked, bro. It's okay. I like the Buccaneers. I don't love the Buccaneers. I love the Giants. You know what I'm saying? There could be teams. But there could be teams that you like. You like the Chiefs. It's okay.
No. Here's the thing. I don't like the Chiefs. I like the players on the Chiefs. There's a difference.
Oh my
Me liking the Chiefs would be like, yo, no matter who's on that team, I'm going to still rep them, and I'm going to watch them, and I'm going to love them like the way I love the Jets, who the best player we have is Marcus May. They just happen to have, every position player I've ever liked in a long time, which Ethan, like I've said, is my witness. Because I said since Tyreek Hill was in college, since Le'Veon Bell was a Steeler, since Honey Badger was on the Texans and the Cardinals, they just all happen to be on the same team right now.
Sure.
All right.
Do I smell another bet, though? The Chiefs and the Bucks? He's not too confident this time.
Nah, so Chris, so we don't deep dive into it. How do you feel about the Bucks' chances, yo? How you feeling about this?
Feel my honest opinion?
Yes.
I don't think they got it. I don't. After the first half, if they play like they did the first half, all 4 quarters, then I think they got a shot. I'm not gonna say they don't win, but they got a shot. And that defense has to show up, man. If that defense doesn't show up, they're fucked. Tom Brady could put up 35, 40 points, but if that defense doesn't show up, they're screwed.
Especially after what they saw Tyreek Hill do to them in the
Yeah.
regular season for 200 yards in the first half. Like,
They're falling down on the sidelines. Help is on the way. Telling the fans, help is on the way.
Yeah.
and it's the Super Bowl this time. They're not. If he had 200, they're not gonna stop him at 200 like they did in the regular season. And Travis Kelce's looking nice. They're getting Clyde Edwards-Helaire back, maybe.
Yeah.
It's looking crazy.
And I also feel like the Bucks gotta start trusting in the essence of what Gronk is. I don't know if I'm the only one that just notices that, but I feel like they don't use Gronk at all for anything. They gave him one or two receptions, and he broke out a little bit. And I'm like, well, you should probably give him the ball, man. You should probably
Bruce Arians loves Cameron Brate.
And that's the thing, bro. He's stuck on Cameron Brate, bro. He scored a touchdown. Gronk
is more reliable, though. That's somebody like, if you had to give me Cameron Brate or Gronk, you at the 5-yard line, you tell me, yo, touchdown or this sniper bullet is going in the back of your head, like, I'm taking Gronk because I'm like, all right, this dude is physical, strong. Like, he's going to bring it down.
And he's caught those passes from Brady for how many years now? Like,
they know each other too well.
Yeah. And that's funny that you say that because I forgot. I want to say it was Scotty Miller that he had, like, threw a bullet to. It was the game prior. And his hands just weren't ready for it. It was just, it popped in, popped out. And you could tell that was the thing. Like, he just wasn't ready for that hard of a ball. So, I don't know. How do you guys feel about the Bucks?
I mean, I told you after y'all won, I'm like, too bad y'all going to lose to the Chiefs before the Bills game even happened.
Okay. Well, there's the staggered view. E, how do you feel about the Bucks?
I don't know. This is Tom Brady we're talking about here. This is number 6 GOAT ever. I mean, you think Mahomes is going to walk in and take the chip away from him? I don't know. I think he was number 7. I think if AB comes back, their defense plays well, it's going to be competition.
We're gonna have to break this down more next week. Less than a minute. Friday we'll talk about the Pro Bowl a little bit, even though it's not really a Pro Bowl. I actually want to get your opinions on that. And all of next week we'll talk Super Bowl. We just don't want to, cram it into 2 weeks and y'all just sit here like, we get it. Y'all football fans, like, shut up. But tomorrow we're gonna be doing sneaker review, but we're gonna do it a little bit differently. So if you guys want to stay tuned, that episode should come out Thursday. And guys, I'll see you tomorrow, so we can actually, do this little surprise for everybody.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So until then, peace.
Peace to your socks.